Today we're going to make a super quick and easy 3D paper apple craft.
For today's craft, all you need is some glue, a pencil, scissors, some paper. I have green for my leaf and I'm making a red apple. You can make any color apple you would like, but whatever apple color you're making, that's the color that you're going to need the most amount of paper for. So go ahead, grab your resources and let's get started. All I'm going to do is start with this green and I am going to make my leaf. To make my leaf, I take my pencil. I'm going to put a little dot up here and I'm going to curve around to the bottom. I'm going to go back to the dot and curve around to the bottom here. That's a very big leaf. I might need to trim it later, but we will see. And then I'm going to cut it out. So you could make a smaller leaf. You could make 2 leaves. It's up to you. But you're going to make your leaf and then cut the leaf out. The next thing we are going to do is we are going to cut our strips. With your other piece of paper, you will now want to find the long side and you want to cut out 8 strips. Now, if you need a ruler to draw lines, they're going to be about 1 centimeter wide. You could go larger as well. It just means that your apple strips will be a little bit larger. So this is what I mean here. So here's a little yellow apple I made. And these strips are about 1 centimeter, so it's about the width of your finger. You could make them a little bit wider if you wanted to. It's completely up to you. Now the length of this is going to depend on how big your apple is. If you have a really long piece of paper, you have a really big apple. If you have a smaller piece of paper, you're going to have a smaller apple. So you're going to, once again, do 8 strips. So like I said, if you need a ruler, go ahead and use a ruler and draw your lines, to make sure you have 8 strips, and then cut them out. Once you have your strips, we are going to arrange those. So just putting one down. You can see mine aren't perfectly straight. That is okay. I'm going to put them in a T formation to start. Then I am going to put a diagonal going one way and a diagonal going the other way. Once again, I'm going to fill in the empty spaces here with diagonals. If you don't want this many, you could actually just start gluing now. You wouldn't have to continue. I want my apple to feel fairly full, so I'm just going to continue filling in these little spaces. You can see I have kind of a space here. And there we go. Now, that's what it's going to look like. I know I have enough strips, so I'm ready to go. Now I'm going to glue them all. I'm going to peel those off. And I'm going to start to glue. Now, when you're gluing, just make sure that you have enough glue to make them all stick. So put enough glue down. So I'll just show you the first one and then you can get started. Put enough glue down and then you just glue this one on top. And then you just keep going just like you layered before. Once everything is glued, we are now going to start to join them. So to join them, you're going to put a little bit of glue on one side and glue it to the other side. So I'll just show you and then you can get started. Now this is a little finicky because you get a lot of glue on you, so just take your time, and if you need to wipe off your hands as you go, do that. So here I've glued those together. Then for the next set, and it doesn't matter, you're just going to keep joining them all, you want to put glue right down here. So right on top of the last one. Sometimes that's going to slip a little bit, so just be patient and glue them nice and slowly. One layering on top of the other. So I did that side, then I'm going to do the next side. And I'm just going to keep going until all the strips are glued. Once all of your strips are glued, you are now ready to glue tip of your leaf, and you can put that on your apple. If your leaf is too big, go ahead and make it a little bit smaller. And there you go. You have an awesome 3D apple. That one is in red. You can see this one, I didn't use as many strips, so there's more holes in the apple, which is also an option. It's your craft, so you get to decide. And that one's in yellow, and you can make them in a variety of different colors. Thanks for joining me on Craft Club for Kids. Remember, be creative and have fun. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you like this craft, give me a thumbs up.